How's it everybody? Welcome back to the Nomasburg region. Sanctum Gamer here. We are 22 episodes in, and today we start off by laying down the tram network that will run through this town. Now this is bare bones. I am planning on changing those road networks a bit when we actually get around to building a town, because I want this town to have a bit more angle roads and curvy roads. These are a bit too straight for what I am planning, but it served the purpose in getting this down and allowing traffic to get to the area that we are going to be building. I also took the time to detail out this roundabout a little bit, and the main reason why I actually decided to do this was because of this copy paste functionality of the intersection marking tool. Now this is something I've never used before, but it is absolutely fantastic that once you've finished detailing a node, you can copy all the settings of the node and then go and paste it on another node. And if the angles don't match up, there are this little blue menu that popped up where you can rotate what has been copied to match the angle of the node. And then look at that, voila, everything is detailed and you've done it in like a fraction of the time. So I thought that's a very, very awesome feature. I will definitely be using it a whole lot more. Here, wanted to connect the tram tracks also as a tunnel underneath these train yards or these train tracks. I thought the 3-tunnel system looks very, very nice. So it's something that I thought I would go for. It probably would not be the case in real life, since building 3 tunnels would be so much more expensive than one. But hey, I can do what I want, right? I'm the mayor of this town. Anyway, on the other side here, just connecting everything up, the tram track that runs here, so this line that's going all the way up, then I will connect all the way up to the university when we get to it, and then from this point on connect a basic road to allow access to the area that we are going to be building. Now I thought I would take some time to share my inspiration for this build, so let's jump into Google Earth quickly and take a look at where the inspiration comes from. So zooming in all the way down to Copenhagen, Denmark, we come across these beautiful circular homes. I mean, this is such a unique build that I just had to do it. My sister sent me a picture of, I think, one of them. So I did some Googling and actually found the location. Now looking at them, this specific one that has these, I don't know, houses sitting around these sort of bendy roads really caught my attention. I thought the bendy road idea was really, really cool, and I just had to build it. Her initial thought was I'll do it in Tando, but looking at this, I thought it would be a very, very good fit for Nomasburg. So yeah, this is going to be the foundation for today's build. We will varietize it a bit, and yeah, hope you like it. Now, as you can see from the way they actually look in real life, the houses are quite far away from the central roundabout in each of these ringed areas. Now, of course, City Skylines doesn't allow you to build houses too far away from the roads. I know I could probably do that with a couple of mods and so on, and I think I will do that at some point. But for the purposes of this build, I decided to, how should I put it? Put my own twist to it. So instead of having that one look across every single one of the circular villages, I thought I would make each one slightly unique. So in this one, I've got this one big circular road, and then the houses sit on either side of the road. And then since I had that big space in the middle, I thought it would be a nice place to actually use as a community spot. So I put a dirt path that goes into it, and then a little play area there where the community members would basically be able to go to with their kids and just, you know, chill and relax and have fun. And since it's a closed off community, outside it, I thought I would put some parking lots so visitors would have to park outside, and then they would then walk into whoever they want to visit. The assumption here is that everybody living within this community obviously would be able to go in, but then visitors, their parking spaces are outside, or you can consider the outside spaces as overflow parking if there's no off-street parking on the inside with the people that you're going to visit. So that's the idea behind the parking lots on the outside. And then from this point on is just detailing all around as many of the houses as I can. I'm not going to show every single build in this level of detail. Since this is the first one, I just thought I would take some time to make each area look pretty. I wanted the whole place to be green. I wanted lots of flowers and gardens around most of the houses. But again, these European suburbia houses by Avania, they already come so pre-detailed that it makes my job so much easier, which is fantastic. It allows me to build out very quickly. And then all I do is add the little details of some flowers, some gardens, pool in the backyard for a couple of people. And then this one house, I thought I would make it a little bit different, put a bit of rubbish in the backyard. How they got all of that rubbish in the backyard, I don't even know. But you know, hoarders, they make a plan. When they've got something they don't want to throw away, they will find a way to get it into wherever they want. So this is that one hoarder in the neighborhood, and they've got all of that stuff, sitting there. And then I thought at this point I'll just take the time. Now that I had the first one done, I laid out the road out in the direction of where I want the rest of the communities to sit. Now I was not able to build all the communities that I wanted to build in this video. I ran out of time, but I figured I'll do a live stream where we'll actually just finish this out. So if you're watching this on the Friday when it releases, tomorrow, the next day, there'll be a live stream. If you're watching the VOD, look out for the live stream to complete this. But in this episode, we're going to get about 4 of them completed, which I think it's actually still quite a lot. To build the rest was going to turn out to be a bit monotonous anyway, so deferring it to something else, actually it's not a bad idea. So this is the second circular home. Now this one is slightly different. The houses all sit along the hedge that surrounds the entire community, and then in the center I've got a roundabout that cars can basically just turn around and go again or go back out, whilst the people that stay in this place would go along the red path, which will then take them to the roads that connects them to their houses. These red paths are actually the park life paths that you would use, but somebody made a road version of them and put them up on the workshop. I thought they were really fantastic, and they fit this look for me quite nicely. So I used them in the interior, and then I basically turned the center of this community into a large garden space, a nice green space with benches where the community members would go, they would sit, they would relax. And yeah, it's a nice change to the whole place being filled with just houses left, right, and center. This community values their garden, so they've got a nice garden space in the middle. And of course, just like the last one, there's a little play area for the kids. You can never forget the kids. And then again, a parking spot on the outside for, I guess, visitors and so on. And then around this one, I just surrounded it with quite a bit of forestry, especially at the bottom part here, since it's so close to the main road. I would assume there would be a lot of noise coming from there. So tossed down a whole bunch of trees just to try and minimize the noise pollution that would be coming from all the cars driving on the road. The second one, also slightly different, but following the same circular structure. But with this one, I wanted the parking spaces to be the centerpiece of this community. So again, different from the previous two where they've not had too much parking on the inside. This one is built slightly different. It's got the parking on the inside, immediately surrounded by some trees to make the area, you know, a bit green. And then there's the main circular road that goes through the community, and then all the houses basically line that one road. So that central piece where the parking spot is, this would be spaces for visitors to park. So unlike the previous two where the parking spaces were on the outside, with this one the parking spaces are on the inside. But again, we didn't want to just leave it concrete and parking spaces all over the place. So the trees actually, you know, break it up quite nicely. And then on the outside is the houses. I try and move the houses a bit of a distance away from the actual roads, and then using the concrete brush, what's it called? Yeah, just concrete assets to create what looks like little driveways into each of the houses. And here I used trees to actually form the ring around the entire community. And that's because I noticed that when I used just the hedges, when I zoom out, those hedges tend to fade away or disappear. And even when I turn on, or even when their LODs kick in, the LODs are of such low detail that they almost fade away. But by using the trees, it allows the actual edges to stand out a lot better from far away shots. And so I actually go back to all the previous ones and I use the trees to line the edges. The tree that I use is called the regular bush, I think is what it's called. So it's a nice small tree which does the job very, very nicely. And then to make the community happy, of course, if you live in a place like this, you must have at least some form of entertainment. So I thought I would build a little, I don't know if I want to call it a park, but I suppose a set of parks in this area. So a place for kids to play. We've got a couple of things that are like little plazas, grassy plazas, and then there's tennis courts, there's basketball courts, there's a nice big soccer field. So just a place where the local community can come, relax, you know, do some small sporting activities. We got these paths that kind of go around the whole place, so it's a simple place that you can also jog. But with the road running through all of this, you could probably even do quite a bit of jogging around it as well. And I think that is missing from here that I want to add is bicycle lanes. So I want this town that we'll be building here to be quite bike friendly, and as far as possible I'm going to try and make it quite walkable as well. So we're going to have a lot of pedestrian paths, a lot of pedestrian bridges wherever I can. Now I've not done that immediately because I haven't planned that out fully yet, but since this is on the outskirts of the main town, I should be able to easily connect up bike paths and walking lanes all the way to the main town. Probably won't be a walking lane from here to the main town, but at least a bike path. And then lastly, to the far right there, we're putting just a few shops that people can come and grab one or two things. I can consider there's at least some kind of a cafe here as well. So there's a place where people can sit and just, you know, relax and have a Sunday morning tea or Sunday afternoon lunch or whatever tickles their fancy. And again, keeping the whole space green by having these like clusters of trees and bushes all over the place. I like the water tower that I placed there. I thought it broke up everything quite nicely. It was just something different from, you know, everything else that's going on, and it just added some nice variety to it. And then the last one is also just slightly different. In this one's case, right up against the little roundabouts are actually houses, and then there's the big road that goes all the way around, and then the big road will have houses all around it. And then this one will then have the parking space just on the outside. And then from this point on, lay out all the houses, detail out the entire area, and then we basically call it an episode. So yeah, we're gonna have a few more around here, but like I mentioned earlier, I'll do those in the live stream, so you can catch that out. Just a quick thing I wanted to mention is a couple of my videos have had quite a bit of copyright claim against them, so I've just had to go and mute the music on them. But this is from the city of Tando, so if you come across any video that is just randomly muted, I am sorry. I just had to do that until I can actually find a way to override that music completely without breaking my save game. I tried it with one of my city state videos and it completely broke, so I'm just muting the audios for now. Otherwise, that is it for this episode, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. I am looking forward to expanding on all of this. Let me know what you thought of the build. If you have ideas of unique places you'd like to see, drop them in the comments. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And yeah, I hope to catch you all in the next one. Cheers, everybody.